am playing a little bit of God of War 3, the Remastered edition, which came out for the PlayStation 4. We had planned to try playing some of the early God of War games, but HDCP is a pain in the ass. And so we've decided to stream some of this terrific game. And I'm struck already. I'm playing the game right now, and I'm struck already. Like, sometimes it gets confusing about where exactly you're supposed to go. Now, I'm playing this without any audio cues or anything like that, so I can't hear it. Okay, there's me swinging my my blades of chaos, as a matter of fact, and these things are amazing. And he's also got the Icarus wing, so he can double jump and fly and all that stuff. Lots of great abilities in this game. I've already been fighting this giant titan. And everybody give it up for Blake Siefken. He's joining us. So we're going to put 15 minutes on the clock here and play some, let's do some Let's Play and chat.
Okay.
And Blake will go through, it's a single player game, so you can sort of just jump in and...
And once again, audio, let me know, especially when noise starts happening.
Yeah.
Because I've adjusted the levels for this, but when enemies start showing up and you fight people, it might be totally different.
It might get super loud. Okay, so I don't know where to go. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I'm double jumping. But if anybody's got questions that I can answer while I try to figure stuff out. Yes.
Adrian Leon says, Vic, do you remember Kratos in Mortal Kombat for the PS3?
Oh yeah, I love that, man. Kratos is such a special, unique character. You know, that's something, I think David Jaffe was the first to kind of, shout out to David Jaffe. I think he is sort of credited as one of the forefathers of Kratos and the God of War franchise. Did an amazing job with leading the original team.
Yeah, he worked on 2 as well, I think, right?
I think what happened is, if I watch some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, and they're always fascinating in these games because they're so epic in every sense of the word. But I watched the making of 1, and like 1 nearly killed him, so he left, I think. And then Cory Barlog stepped in for sort of being the creative director on 2, on God of War 2, and then he left. And then this one, I think, is Stig. I forget his last name, but Stig is now at, oh God, the Titanfall team.
Stig Larsson? Is that who you're talking
Something like that, yeah.
He's at Respawn?
Yeah, he's at Respawn working on the Star Wars game that they were doing for EA. So it's very interesting. And then Cory went off, as we've discovered through conversations with him, he went off and worked with George Miller, the director of Mad Max, on some movie stuff, but also there was some game initiative stuff in there as well. I don't think Cory worked on, maybe he consulted on the Mad Max game that the Avalanche team built for Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
But then Sony said, look, come back, we want to revitalize Cory Barlog, or we want to revitalize God of War.
I think you have to get up to that book, Vic.
Up to the book up here.
Yeah.
So I've been double.
Can you not just jump up that
Oh, maybe I have to. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Thank you. You just
got to Laura Croft your way up there.
I got to read. Yes. Okay.
A couple of other people are pointing out that Kratos was in Soul Calibur game on the PSP.
That's right.
And he was in Hot Shots Golf, one of the Hot Shots Golf games.
That's right.
And I think he was in Little Big Planet. They had some Kratos skins.
Yes, they did.
Which is very appropriate for a kid's game.
It's hard not to love this guy. It's hard to, not love this guy because he is amazing. His fury is funny, but not funny in the new game.
I have a question about another iconic...
Here we go. Let us know about the audio.
This is where the audios might be too loud, so let me know.
Okay.
I have a question here about another popular video game character, Vic.
Yeah.
Samian111 says, Vic, what are your thoughts on Sam Fisher giving a nod to Metal Gear Solid Snake retiring in the new Wildlands Splinter Cell DLC?
I honestly, I have not seen that yet.
I have.
And I want to download Wildlands and load all that stuff up again. I think I'm going to be doing that.
I'll fill you in.
Okay.
There's a cutscene where Sam Fisher is standing there talking, and he mentions, like, I've been doing this a long time, and blah, blah, blah. There's not too many other people who can do what I do, and he mentions some guy with a bandana.
Okay.
And it's clear that he's talking about Solid Snake.
That's fantastic.
So it's a veiled reference.
Yeah, there has been some back and forth between the franchises over the years, and Kojima famously worked with Jade actually on putting some Assassin's Creed stuff into Metal Gear and vice versa.
Jade who, Vic?
Jade Raymond, who now makes Star Wars games for Electronic Arts.
And do you know, Vic, the announcement video when they announced the Assassin's Creed content for Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah.
Do you know who shot that announcement video?
Oh, yes.
We did.
Yes, we did, didn't we? That's right. When we were working with Kojima on Metal Gear 4.
And we found out about that like 3 months before it was announced, and we had to stay really tight-lipped about it.
Yes.
And it was really hard.
Well, that's what we do. It's very hard to be tight-lipped about the new God of War game, but I'm doing it. I'm playing classic God of War, which looks really good. This is on a regular PlayStation 4. It's not on the Pro. You know, one thing that Jeff and I didn't talk about, and I didn't talk about in my review, mostly because I was just caught up in my just loving of the game, but I played it on the PS4 Pro, and it's incredible. And it is absolutely, like, if you have not jumped in, if you don't have a PlayStation 4, God of War is one of the best reasons to get one, but it's also one of the best reasons to get a PS4 Pro. And if you've got a 4K TV, and you've just sort of been, you know, back and forth about when the right time is, it absolutely is the right time to get a PS4 Pro and play the thing in 4K. Now, what they've done, which was really smart, is for the new God of War, is they have given you the option to play the game in 1080p at higher frame rate, and it was great. I tested that out.
If you have the PS4 Pro.
If you have the Pro.
So if you have a PS4 Pro but not a 4K TV.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, and it was great. But I have the 4K TV, and I preferred the resolution. I didn't think it really suffered that much from being a 30 frames per second experience. And so I went and tried it both ways a couple of times, but I preferred, you know, sort of erring on the side of the resolution and getting the fidelity and the HDR lighting and all that stuff. And I found it. I found the sweet spot. I had to sort of tweak the game a bit, tweak my TV a little bit, but oh, it looked incredible. The one thing that's weird, and Sony needs to figure this out, because one of the great things about the PS4 is that and the Xbox One is, and now the Switch to some degree, is that they kind of work like game DVRs to a degree. So you are. Oh, I have to jump across here, or do I? Yes, I have to climb back up. You can record some of your gameplay footage, and then you can use it in streams or videos later on if you want to. But with HDR lighting on, the way that the PS4 Pro records HDR footage, all the colors get screwed up, and it's very weird when you play it back. And that's probably to kind of save on file size, which I understand. I didn't press double jump.
You have to hold X. It says.
I have to double jump and then press the X. So Sony's got to fix that on the Pro, so that when you record footage, the lighting and the coloring isn't all weird. Okay, so what the hell do I do here? Double jump and then. There it is.
I have the best comment ever from Paul Adamson.
Okay.
He says, "It's too bad the bosses in this game are so small."
Oh, yes.
They're huge.
They're the Titans and everything, yes. Okay, come on. My God of War game is a little rusty on the original. The original feeling God of War game. One thing that's different about the new God of War is that you're really doing the combat with the trigger buttons. You're not using the face buttons on the controller. That took some time to get used to. It's very Dark Soulsian in the way that you enter and exit out of combat with the characters, but it's much more accessible than Dark Souls or Bloodborne. Okay. Oh, I see. Just press it once and then press the button. Okay, I'll get this. Any other questions?
Yeah, Tiago Santos says that we should play Panzer Dragoon Orta. I think he recommends, or this person recommends that a lot.
Yes.
It's a question of getting a console that will run it, that will work with our
it's
setup.
backwards compatible with the Xbox One.
Oh,
That's
okay.
one of the new ones that they just announced. So
then we should play it sometime.
We will get it, yes. I definitely want to do a backwards compatible special about the Xbox One and the Xbox One X.
Okay, concentrate, Vic.
Yes, but I'm
Get
trying to do
this,
okay, so
nail this
hold,
jump.
After double jumping to glide. Okay, so
You got this, I believe in you.
there it is.
There you go.
Go, go, go. I did it. Yay! Yeah, it's hard to perform well and think and talk to the camera, and you know what I'm saying. Enough complaining.
It is very difficult.
All right, here we go.
Okay, I'm looking for comments. People send me comments.
Boom.
Send me those comments.
Or we could just play. If you guys just want to see a little God of War 3. It's been a long time since I played this beautiful game.
Ryan Landis says, comment, I'm looking forward to Grandpa Kratos on the PS5. Maybe he'll have a magic walker.
I honestly, you know, this will probably be a little bit incendiary of a comment, but I honestly, when I was playing God of War 5, or God of War, I got the sense that, yeah, the PS5 could be happening soon. And I don't know if that's such a bad thing, because automatically that would put the Pro in as the base PS4, and if they drop the price substantially, that's going to be a very attractive machine, and there's certainly tons of great games for it, but you know, they usually start releasing the best games for a machine at the tail end of its lifespan. You know, and of course we've got you know, The Last of Us 2 coming and stuff like that. So it doesn't feel too soon now to start thinking about what's next. And one of the things that I thought about, obviously, you know, we're talking about the issues with the way that the machine records HDR content and 2K content or 4K content on the, or 2K checkerboarded 4K content on the PS4. It would be pretty sweet to be able to play a game like God of War in 4K at 60 frames per second and be able to record tons of that video on the built-in game PVR of a new machine, because nothing that Sony's got out right now can do that. But you can start to see, you know, the fidelity kind of leaps and the performance kind of leaps that we might start to see in the PS5.
Yeah, the PS5 will probably have a remastered version of the new God of War on it, right? So, just like this got remastered for the PS4.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if Sony announces the PS5 this year. I wouldn't be shocked. I think it will be.
It'll either be this year or next year.
Well, this year I think is soon, and it would piss a lot of new adapters of the PS4 Pro off that they would have a new machine, because I also expect that the PS5 will play PlayStation 4 games. But these games are getting so good, and they're looking so good that, you know, a 4K, a true 4K kind of push on this new inevitable hardware makes a lot of sense, you know? Like, I would love to play a 60 frames per second God of War on a PS5, and I would love that for the new Last of Us and Detroit Become Human and Spider-Man, you know? But I know that that's kind of pushing it because a lot of people are still new to 4K and new to the PS4 Pro. But PlayStation 4 has been out for a long time now. It's been out for 4 years, right? It came out in 2014?
I don't know, 5 years. 2013 it came out.
Did it launch in 2013?
Yeah, we're coming up on year 5.
It's time. It's time.
I mean, we had 6 years from the launch of the PS3 to the announcement, or sorry, launch of the PS3 to the announcement of the PS4.
Yes.
Because it came out 2006 and then 2013. So yeah, it'll either be this year or next year.
I mean, I still would love to see a PS4 Pro that's, you know, operates like the Switch, that you could dock it and take it out and it's the exact same experience. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but like, I don't think that's achievable with 4K resolution and all of that stuff.
Yeah, not in 4K.
Yeah.
I have a question, Vic.
Yeah.
Tiago Santos says, or asks, how long did it take to finish the new God of War?
To beat the story, it took me about 25 hours-ish. I don't really want to kind of... That's me, you know? And I did a pretty good job at finding a lot of the secrets, but there were tons left that I didn't. And then there are new secrets that happen once you beat the story part of the experience. And there are also areas that you can kind of replay, and I really don't want to reveal too much, but it's a lengthy, you know, full meal deal type of experience. I will say, and you were asking me this about, is it better than Zelda? I don't like it better than The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's still my favorite game of all time. And mostly because of the unbelievable freedoms that are available to me. I did enjoy it based on what I've played to this date and my experience with God of War. I did enjoy my experience with God of War more than I enjoyed my experience with Horizon Zero Dawn. I like the world more and the mythology and the storytelling more, and the way that the game plays more than Horizon Zero Dawn.
You're dead.
But I still have a really big, and you guys know this, I have a huge fondness for the Arkham games. I loved Arkham Knight. I know a lot of people have issues with the Batmobile, but I freaking loved being Batman and driving that car around, and all of the impressive, amazing stories that were in that game. I need to play that again, because now I've played God of War, but I still have terrific memories of playing Arkham Knight on the PlayStation 4, but as I said in my review, God of War feels like it's right at the top of my favorite experiences on PlayStation.
Like PlayStation 4 or any PlayStation?
Any PlayStation, but definitely on the PlayStation 4.
Okay. I have a question here from Thomas Pena. Is the reveal song from God of War at E3 2016 in the actual game?
Oh, I can't.
Do you remember that song?
I don't remember. I think it is. I think that's when they revealed that Bear McCreary was the composer.
It's when they announced the game.
Yes.
Remember? And they had an overture where like a live orchestra played the song before they started showing the game.
Yeah, I love the classic God of War music though, and I did kind of miss it in the new game, as I talked about with. There's probably echoes that I didn't really pick up on, some music cues and things like that, but it's definitely a new sounding game, both in the voice work and in the music work, which is a good thing, you know, like. You got to mix it up, and it would actually be interesting to see Naughty Dog do something similar with Uncharted whenever they bring that back, you know, to make it feel very different. And you know, who knows what they're going to do, because they really tied it to Nolan North and his work on as Drake. And if they are going to, then nothing's announced, but when and if they bring back Uncharted, are they going to make it a Nolan North Drake, or are they going to go younger, or are they going to go he's an old guy and, you know, maybe there's other family members involved?
Yeah, I think Nolan North could still do it.
Yeah, yes, for sure. Oh, come on, this centaur is kicking my ass.
You gotta kill the horse guy.
Come on! Oh, I messed up the quick time event at the end. Okay, circle,
Are there
circle.
quick time events in the new one, Dick?
Yes.
There are, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, come on!
Get him. Kill that horseman.
There we go.
Nice. Now you just need your son to come in and...
I gutted him!
Oh god, you got his guts.
Oh,
Nice.
I think we're going to end it at intestines.
That's a good
today.
place to end it.
Thank you, everybody, for joining
Thanks
me.
for coming, everyone.
And thank you very much to Jeff Kanata, our special guest today on our God of War special. Hope you had fun on our trip down memory lane talking about God of War for this full episode. Thank you, everybody that tuned in live. And I see you out there, Doy Owen and Wesley West and Ryan Landis and Jordan Cunningham and Adrian Leon and Clayton Blair and Blade Blur and Paul Adamson. There's lots of you guys out there. Thank you so much. LWA40X Batusai at Darkstorm CH007. Thank you all for joining us live, and thank you very much for watching this as an archive. It's very cool to see your comments after the fact as well, and we really appreciate all of your support. Remember, we've got tons of content for you to check out. Thank you for your kind comments and your helpful criticisms. We really appreciate it. Check out the other material that we've been making. If you dig it, hit subscribe, that little bell, and if you're so inclined, that sponsorship button too. We'll see you tomorrow.